Hey, boys and girls, I am really excited about this lesson that I think you're going to really enjoy as well. And what's exciting about it is you get to create or code your very own video game, your very own game. There used to be an app called Flappy Bird that was a big hit for kids and adults to play on their phones. And I'm not sure if it's that popular anymore, but anyway, you're going to get to code your own version of Flappy Bird that you can also play on a phone or on a computer. You can share with friends and family, and they can play your game. Boys and girls, when you finish lesson 1 all the way through lesson 10, you're going to get a certificate like the one you see on my screen, which is pretty great. And the best part is once you finish lesson 1 all the way through lesson 10, you get to code your own Flappy Bird game that when you finish, you get a URL, a web link, that anyone who clicks that link can play your game. It's also neat because it allows you to click the phone button, and you type in either your phone number if you have one, or a parent or a guardian or a friend or a brother or whatever, type in their phone number, and your game gets texted to that phone, and that friend or family member or yourself can play it, the game you created on your phone. It's pretty great. Can't wait for you guys to get started on your Flappy Bird. Cool. So let's get started. These green blocks are called events. And events basically are when something happens, you tell it what it should do. For example, when click. So when I click the mouse tracker, when I give it a click, I want my Flappy Bird to do 2 things. I want it to flap. Snap. Do you hear that snap? I also want it to make a noise. And there's a few different noises it could make. So we see all of these options. But to me, it makes the most sense for that wing sound. So click run. Every time I click, it flaps and makes that wing sound. Did pretty great, huh? That was pretty easy, right? I'm going to continue. Here it says, now, and we always have to read the directions. Now we've added some ground. See the ground on the bottom? Attach a block to when hit the ground block. Your code needs to end game when Flappy crashes. So we've got 2 events now. When click, something has to happen, and when the Flappy Bird hits the ground, something has to happen. So we know when he hits the ground, it should end the game, right? So I'm going to have end game, snap here so that when it hits the ground, the game ends. I also want when I click the mouse tracker, it to flap and make that wing sound. So let's see what happens now. Now, even though I'm seeing little blocks, those blocks are underneath, under the hood, is actual code. And every time you move, you learn something else, and you want to make sure you're always reading the directions. Here, instructions rather. When run, this is that event, it allows you to run code when your game starts. Try setting the level speed and flapping to the target. So let's check it out. Okay, so when the game runs, I want the speed to be a little faster than normal. Cool. And when I click, it's going to flap, and I want it to make that wing noise. Click run, then I click the screen, and I did it. But do you see how it went faster than normal? Let me replay it. Let's make it really fast. Let's see how that looks. That was even faster, right? So you can adjust the speed that the game goes. Let's go to the next level. Here it says, Flappy will fly through obstacles unless you write code to make him crash. Attach a block to the when hit an obstacle block. Your code needs to end game when Flappy crashes into the first set of pipes. Okay. So it has to end when I crash into the first set of pipes. So when it hits an obstacle, that's the event, I want the game to end. I'm going to take this code block and snap it here so that when Flappy hits the obstacle, the game ends. I also want him to make a noise when he hits the obstacle. Not the wing noise. Maybe a crash noise? Okay. Or you could pick a different one. It's going to be your choice. So when I click the mouse track, it's going to flap. But again, I want the wing noise when I click. And when I hit the obstacle, it's going to end the game. It's going to play that crash sound and end the game. When I click run, the speed, let's make it fast. I like it faster. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, man. I hit the obstacle, the game ended. As you can see now, I'm level 5. We're going to keep going until level 10. Level 10 is the really cool part. I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more levels so you can try some on your own, but I want to show you level 10 and the really cool part where you get to make your own game. Okay, so now we're going to add a scoreboard. And we're going to count points when Flappy makes it past obstacles. We want to, in a game, you got to get points, right? That's how you win a game. So let's add a scoreboard. Every time Flappy passes an obstacle, he gets a point. Add to the when pass an obstacle, that event block right there, and then score a point by flying Flappy through the first set of pipes. Okay, so when that event, when he passes the obstacle, we want to score a point. I'm going to take the score a point code block and snap it into that event of when passing the obstacle. So now let's look at all the choices. When I click run, the speed is normal. I like it fast, but you can do however you want. When I click that event, it's going to flap, but I like the wing sound too. When passing an obstacle, you score a point. I like a noise. Let's make a point noise. Sounds good. A point sound. What's a jingle, I wonder? Nah, I like the point. How about swoosh? I like the point. Yep, let's give it a shot. Yeah, doing pretty good. I did level 6, 7, 8, and 9 without recording myself. I wanted you guys to try those levels on your own, and I know you can do it. But now I'm recording myself on level 10, which is my favorite part of the lesson. Okay, so we're going to create our own Flappy Bird game. You can change all the visuals and all the rules, even the gravity. When you're done, click Finish to let friends try your game on their phones or computers. Okay, so I'm going to make mine, okay? But you make yours the way you want. So I want to, when run, I want my game to be a certain way. First of all, I want the speed. I like the speed to be fast. Let's make it very fast. That's going to be hard. I also want to start with the scene of sci-fi. That's my favorite. And if we're sci-fi, I don't want the obstacle to be a pipe. I might want it to be lasers. That seems pretty sci-fi. Oh, the ground. We get to set the ground too. I'm going to make the ground be lava. Okay. So we set the speed, the scene. Oh, the player. We get to pick our player. If it's sci-fi, it should maybe be a spaceship. Okay. Now, oh, the gravity too. Let's make the gravity be, so if there's a lot of gravity, it comes down fast. If there's not a lot of gravity, it comes slow. So let's keep gravity normal. And a normal gap sounds good. If it's a small gap, that would be really hard, wouldn't it? If it's a very large gap, that would be easy. Let's make it, let's start with very large. We could change it later. When I click, I want him to flap. a normal amount and make that wing noise. You can do yours the way you want. When it hits the ground, you should probably end the game, right? And make that sad noise, or you can choose the noise you want. Wah, wah, wah. When it hits an obstacle, you probably end the game too, right? And it makes that a noise too. I like that crash noise, but you can pick what you like. And when I pass an obstacle, obviously I want to score a point, right? And make a noise. I like that point noise. But I think it's kind of fun also that when you pass an obstacle, maybe to change the scenery or something. Every time you pass an obstacle, maybe it changes to random. It's kind of a fun. Let's try this out. Yeah, that big gap. Yeah, baby. So I ended it on purpose, right? Here is the link to my game. So if I click the link and I copy it, Command C or Control C rather on your Chromebook, you can then paste it in Canvas. You can inbox message it to me. You can paste it as the assignment. I wonder what it means by send to phone. Oh, you can enter your phone number. So, for example, I'm not going to put in my phone number, but if I put in my phone number, it would get texted to my phone, and then I could play it on my phone, which would be kind of cool. Right, so once you play the game, you can actually get the URL and you can play it on your phone. But definitely, please and thank you, please copy it, and I want you to share your game with me. Again, keep playing. You can go back and you could modify things. You could remix it a little bit. So instead of a very large gap, what if we did a very small gap? Let's see how that looks. Well, that's really hard. And that's the new game. Does that make sense? All right, guys, I cannot wait. I would love you to finish all 10 lessons. Even though I showed you most of those 10, you can still do it differently, and it's good practice. When you finish all 10, you get a certificate. I would love to see it. If you send me the certificate, whether you screen share it, take a screen capture and send that to me. That's fine. I'd love to see your certificate. I would really love to see your link. So you can copy that link and inbox message it to me, or paste it, or post it in the Canvas lesson itself. And happy gaming, boys and girls. I think you're going to love this. And this is what I mean by your certificate. You can type in your name. You can print it. You could take a screenshot of it. And I have a video that I can post in Canvas reminding you how to take a screenshot. And I would love to see it. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions, and happy creating.